Hey guys, Zeddicus Doom here. Y'all can call me Zed Doom. Today we have a Flat Earth Society member named Otto. Say hey. Otto.
Hi everybody. Zeddicus, is it alright if I just call you Zed?
That is what I just said, Otto. You
Oh.
can call me Zed Doom.
Okay, just making sure.
Call me Zed.
Zed Doom.
No, call me Zed. You don't have
Zed.
to include my first and last.
Okay, I'll try to remember that.
Just Zed.
Just
It's
Zed.
fine.
Just Zed. Okay. So what do you want to know, Mr. Zed?
Why do you believe the Earth is flat? Let's start there.
Well, can you show me any proof that there is a round Earth?
Have you ever seen a globe?
Well, have you ever seen a real picture of the Earth?
Yes, I have seen a real picture of the Earth.
Are you sure it wasn't just CGI?
They have satellite images of the Earth.
Yeah, but they're composite images. I mean, you can't make a whole image of the Earth.
They did at least a quadrant of it, and it curves through half of the picture.
No. I need to see a whole picture of the Earth itself.
Let me see if I can find you a picture. Picture of the Earth. Oh,
Yeah,
look
but
at that. It's circular.
Does it
It's
say
round.
Does it say
It's round.
composite though?
Does it say it's composite? No. I don't see anywhere where it says composite shot.
Okay, so show me a picture. Oh, look,
Here's your
there's
flat
a
Earth.
flat one.
Here's a curved Earth.
Yeah, but that's all CGI. That is all composite imagery.
No.
Every bit of it is composite imagery.
This is fake imagery. This is technically also fake imagery.
I told you. So can you prove to me that there is a round, circular Earth orbiting around the sun?
Well, let me just Google it for you. Proof of circle. Or actually, of a globe style Earth. See? Globe Earths. Even this one proves that you have light coming over here and dark.
Well, see, that doesn't prove anything.
Okay, so then how do you have your time zones differently in a flat Earth society then?
Well, see, the time zones are there because the Earth actually revolves around. Well, the sun revolves around the Earth
Wait.
as like a
The
sphere.
Earth revolves around the sun, or the sun revolves around
The
Earth?
sun revolves around the Earth, but not.
The
in the
sun
way.
revolves around the Earth?
Yes, the
So
sun is
it would
not
go around
No.
a round object.
as. So
Therefore it's a globe.
no, what it would do.
So therefore it's a circle. It's
No.
not flat.
No.
Okay, so what happens when the Earth is on the bottom side of your flat Earth?
Well, the thing is, the
Like
sun is
down
always on top, and the moon is always.
How is it
on top.
always on top if it's never always day? How do we have a nighttime if it's always on the top?
We'll see.
Wouldn't we always see the day?
We'll see.
Wouldn't we always see the sun?
We'll see. The sun rotates on top of the Earth, sort of like a top. It's thousands of miles away, of course, but the sun is not as big as they're making it out to be. The sun rotates around the Earth, giving light to different portions of the Earth at different times.
Okay, so how far away is your sun then?
We roughly estimate about 6,000 miles.
Y'all reference
I do believe it's 6,000.
sun distance. Let's see.
And see, the Earth is actually traveling upwards. There's no such thing as gravity. That's how come we stay connected to the planet. It's traveling, I think, at like 32 feet per second upwards, pushing us down to the Earth. And the sun and the moon are also traveling at the same distance and speed. So, like I said, I don't believe in gravity, and
You don't believe in gravity?
no, it is literal motion keeping us to the Earth itself.
Wouldn't that just fling us off the Earth?
No, the Earth is stationary, but it's moving upwards at the same speed, 32 feet per second, keeping us planted firmly
So
on the ground.
what would you define as upwards then? How do you have your Earth going upwards in a space vacuum that there is no up, down,
Well,
left, or right?
I'm glad that you brought it back in, but we'll get to that later. But the thing is, there is up, down, left, and right in three-dimensional space. So whenever you're moving at a constant rate, such as a space station, if it's rotating as a circle, it creates an artificial gravity, sort of like it does here on Earth, where you're propelling the Earth up to keep us planted firmly on the ground. And the sun and the moon both are traveling at the same speed, giving us the impression of quote-unquote gravity, but there's no gravity.
So then why aren't we being diverted to the outskirts of your flat Earth? Why hasn't anybody fallen off the edge of the Earth?
Because there's an ice wall. That's what Antarctica is. NASA's hiding it very carefully to keep anybody from knowing it. That's why it's so difficult to get there. Because once you get there, there's a huge ice wall that keeps all the water and all the land inside. And if you get to the edge of it, you would be able to see, the edge of the world essentially, or what may be beyond that, because there are some speculations that there could be land beyond Antarctica, but we're not sure. We're actually planning.
So how would that work if there's land beyond? Are you saying that we have an infinite amount of Earth that we could traverse, and why haven't we decided to climb this ice wall?
We could have an infinite amount of Earth, but we don't know. We've decided not to climb this ice wall because it's too dangerous, and they're trying to keep us all in here for the government's safety.
So why not fly?
Well, you can't.
We have planes.
Well, because of the currents and everything, but there also
How tall is this ice wall?
I'm not entirely sure, but
so how do you know it's there?
We know from math and understanding.
What math do you have that proves that there's an ice wall?
Well, like I said, I am no expert on it. I got into flat Earth about last year, and been studying it relatively off and on for the past 6 months. And you asked me to come on to the show, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
So we have scientists that have calculated that the Earth and the Sun's distance apart is about 91.771 million miles. What do you say about that?
But you believe that?
Do you think that's true, or is that false?
You believe that, and that's false. You also probably believe we went to the moon. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, that amount of distance. I mean, how could they even calculate that? We don't have anything that can go that far.
So you said that. What was that about the moon? Bring that up again.
You believe we went to the moon?
You believe there is a moon?
Yes, there's a moon, but it's.
Can you prove that there's a moon?
Well, I mean, no, but that's.
So you've touched this moon?
That's the whole aspect of space is fake, and I'm not getting into that right now because I don't believe.
I bet you think all the stars are real as well.
No.
It's just holes punctured into the rooftop of our dome that we've been captured and put inside of.
See, now you're getting it. You're starting to understand.
The Earth is still round, though.
No, it's not. It's flat.
This entity that is captured us in its dome is so far away from us that he thinks we're just one of his little toy balls. That's why 2020 is so messed up right now. We are being jumbled up in his pocket.
Well, see, it's messed up because scientists...
We are literally rolling around because we are a globe.
We are not a globe. And that's what I'm saying. If everybody would stop listening to these scientists that just fill your head full of these lies, man. These lies, the constant lies. Space is fake. The Earth is flat. The moon is hollow, completely hollow. So, like, it's just, I don't understand why people are so adamant on, like, not at least looking into the flat Earth theory. Because once you start looking into it, you'll start to realize, things that don't make sense about the scientific method that they have currently. You gotta look into it.
Alright. So I feel like this is getting a little off track. So let's bring it back to the round Earth. Because the Earth is round. And if you don't believe so, then what shape is Mars? Is it round or is it also flat?
Well, that's speculation because it could be flat and we could only see one side of it at any given time. But it also could be a ball.
Okay, what about the moon? What shape is the moon?
The moon is definitely a ball
How do you know it's a ball?
because we've seen both sides of it.
When did we see the other side of it?
Well, there is, telescopic images of, both sides of the moon, different sides of it, and the only logical sense is that it's a 3D ball.
So, did you know that the moon orbits around the Earth?
Yeah, it orbits around it. Yes.
You know that at the same time it's spinning
Well, yes.
to show the same side to the Earth.
Well, it's not spinning at all.
No matter where you are, you always see the same side of the moon from Earth.
Well, it's not spinning at all, though.
Sure, it is.
It's stuck in one position.
Why do you think that?
Well, whenever it's rotating, well, not rotating, but I would say going its rounds on top of the Earth, because the sun and the moon are in tandem. They're right behind each other most of the time, and rarely we have solar eclipses because the moon is slightly faster than the sun. So sometimes we have partial, sometimes we have full eclipses. But the moon does have different sides, but it is also kind of like gravitational locked to the Earth itself. So the side that you're seeing is one of two sides that the moon has.
So how do you know it's not just a coin? Because you said we see one side and then the other side. So how do you know that we're not just seeing the heads and tails of the moon? Do we have the side views as well?
And see, that's what I'm thinking. We're seeing the heads and tails of it. And, while you're on the subject of the Earth being a flat disk, right? So there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Like airlines, they fly in a straight line. So explain that. Like the fastest point to get to Europe is at a straight line, but it's flighted out as an arc. I do believe it's from the closest point is from Maine to I think London, and if you arc it, it actually cuts the time by nearly 2 hours of flight time, meaning that if the Earth is truly a sphere, it would only make as much sense to go in a straight line. But since it's a disk, it cuts your time in half to go in an arc.
I think that's about as much time as I can deal with this. So, we're going to sign off for now. This is Zeddicus Doom. I don't even know how to respond to that one. Y'all have a nice day. I'm out.